What's going on, guys? Dave here, the Reef Aquarium Shop in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is our first Monday live. I'm going to make this a regular thing that we will be doing now, and just do a general Q&A. I'll be hanging out in my office, chilling with you guys, just talking fish. And then on Thursdays now, instead of Fridays, we will be going live with our fish room tours on Facebook still. So if you want to see our fish room tours and things like that, head over to our Facebook page. You can find us at TheReefIndy. So pretty easy. That's our same tag across all social media platforms. So we're pretty easy to find. Put in TheReefIndy just about anywhere, and yeah, we'll pop up. So I want to start off by giving you a little bit of an update on what we've got going on in the shop, what we've got going on at the warehouse, and then kind of what I've got going on in the realm of social media and here on YouTube and things like that. But first, let's talk about the shop. That's what most people are here for. Our regular customers absolutely enjoy coming in and seeing what's new, and there's something new every week. So really, we cannot stop meddling at the shop. We're constantly upgrading something, whether it be in the actual store itself, over at the warehouse. We're always upgrading our facilities over here. And even with our processes and the way we do things, we're always trying to improve on those and upgrade them as well. So right now over in the store, we have a new rock wall that just went up. If you remember, across from the lighting section next to the freezer, there was this white shelf that had all the driftwood on it. Well, we also have like rocks like kind of everywhere. They're in like 3 or 4 different spots on the freshwater side. More freshwater geared rocks, specifically like the lace and the Texas Holy Rock you can use in saltwater applications, and a couple others as well. But where we keep most of our dry rock and freshwater stuff, it was kind of just split up into a bunch of different sections. So we have a new wall in that area where we're storing all of our rock work now, or that's what we're working on currently. That went up today, and we'll be kind of polishing that off over the next day or two and figuring out what goes where. So that'll be fun and interesting. We have, we updated our coral screens. So if you've been to our saltwater room, there are screens above every trough. We've got this long raceway just chock full of corals, and above them there's these screens. It was showing you some care guides, the pricing of the corals that you were looking at below. The corals are labeled with a number, and then you just look at the screen, and the corresponding number will tell you what it is and how much it costs. So we had multiple things going on that screen. It was getting a little confusing, and we honestly had so much coral that it was getting really difficult to keep everything organized, and in a spot that was easy for you to find the number, find the price and coral, and so on. So we completely scrapped what we were doing above the coral tables and put something new over there. It is just an expanded price sheet. And that's all it is. You're just looking at the coral names and prices, and then below you we actually have them divided up into different sections, so it's easier even to find the coral and the number that you're looking for, and we can update that super easy. And yeah, it's going to be a huge quality of life upgrade for both us and you as the customer checking that out. It's going to be way easier to find corals and how much they cost and what they are, and so on and so forth. So that's fun. Also, if you are just joining us, welcome. We're talking about what's new at the shop right now. We are going to be doing a Q&A. Once I get some Q's, I will throw out some A's. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and start dropping those in the comments. And I will head over and look at those and start answering your questions after I get through a few of these things that I want to get to. Just letting you guys accumulate those. Hey guys, what's going on? Rob93 Aquatics, welcome. Thanks for throwing a comment up there. What else in the store? So in our morning meeting today, we actually had to start talking about Black Friday sales. I'm not going to give you any of them because we don't really have any of them yet. I'm going to be honest with you. But we had to start talking about that and what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it. So get pumped for that. We'll obviously be announcing that much later, but I was looking at the date and shaking my head this morning talking about Black Friday sales. Speaking of something a little more current, October, our photo of the month contest is a pumpkin carving contest. Basically, you just want to grab a pumpkin, do a fish themed carving on it, light it up, and send a picture to our Facebook page, and that is your submission. The winner is going to get a Reef t-shirt, a $20 gift certificate, and their photo, the winning photo, in a calendar that we will be making at the end of the year and also giving to all the winners once we have them. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? Glad we're accumulating some more people here. Again, if you have any comment or questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below, and I will get to those here in just a little bit once I get through a few of these things. So pumpkin carving contest, that's happening. You can go to our Facebook page and check out the details there. Just scroll down a few posts. We'll also be making a few reminder posts coming up here in the next few days. That way you don't forget to carve your pumpkins. Speaking of carving pumpkins, so we did this last year as well, this pumpkin carving contest, and it went so well, it was very popular that we decided to actually do a staff pumpkin carving contest also. So the staff is going to do their own. We are taking the pond area, if you're familiar. That's actually a little outdoor section on our front porch that is enclosed. But we're taking our pond area and using that to display our pumpkins that the staff will be creating, and we'll be running a contest there. I'm actually going to be filming my own pumpkin carving. I have actually considered carving my pumpkin live while talking to you guys. Let me know in the comments if that would be something that might interest you at all. But even if not, I'm probably going to do it anyway. So dude, Ryan says he has to retire from the photo contest after losing 2 months in a row. Too much disappointment. Dude, carve a pumpkin. I want to see your artistic abilities put onto a pumpkin. Do they translate? I know you can take a really good picture, but can you carve a really good pumpkin? I want to find out. Do it. But yes, Ryan was in the final two of both of last month's contests and got beat out by a very thin margin in both of those contests. So, better luck next time, man. Maybe start campaigning, just share the post, get the word out. There's no shame in it. Go for it. Other people have done it and probably do it every time, let's be honest. Pumpkin carving contest, that's happening. We're doing an employee one. We're also going to be filming that and presenting that to you here on YouTube. We'll probably also be doing, we'll announce it on Facebook and stuff, but the employee one will be here on YouTube, whereas the contest where you are carving the pumpkins, that is being held on Facebook. So check us out everywhere. Again, we are on Facebook, here on YouTube, obviously, Instagram, Twitter. So check us out in all those places. We make an almost daily posts, and it's all different content. You're not going to see the same thing across all of our platforms too. So we do try to post unique content and something valuable or interesting about us or the shop or fish keeping. The Instagram is primarily just care guides that we post up there. So yeah, check that out. It's pretty good stuff that we're putting out there, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree. After that, I think for the shop, I do want to move on and get to, man, y'all got to start answering some questions. What do you need to know about? I've got some knowledge over here. Now, granted, I will admit that the majority of my personal knowledge set is in freshwater, but I do have a decent amount of saltwater knowledge as well. So you can toss me saltwater questions. If I don't know the answer, I'm just going to tell you I don't know the answer. And in these Monday Q&A lives, I'm going to bring on guest speakers, which are just going to be other employees here from the Reef. We all have a different set of knowledge, which makes us all diverse. We can get everyone's questions answered by just pointing them in the direction of the right person, or ourselves just asking another employee, hey, I don't know the answer to this. What is it? Anyway, so I won't BS you. Just I'll just tell you that I don't know it. But I'm going to bring on other people as well as we continue to do these. I'm excited to start doing these on a regular basis. My goal is to be doing these every Monday. So one last thing about the shop, and then we will get on to Lucas. Welcome to the stream, and I would love for you to be a guest speaker with me sometime. That would be awesome. Message me. We'll work that out. In the shop, we do have some sales still going on. Our Pro Clear aquatic sumps are on sale, 30% off. You can also find the FX4s. The FX6s are both on sale, and the Seaview 18s are on sale as well. So drop in and check those out. Over here at the warehouse, we've got a bunch of stuff going on. We've upgraded our propagation room. I've talked about this before. This started months ago, and I started making a video where I was just going to shoot the coral propagation room upgrade. And then that spun off into so many different projects, and it turned into more of a warehouse upgrade video. We are not done yet, but in the very near future, we're going to give you a full behind-the-scenes tour of the Reef Aquarium shop, as well as a full, complete walkthrough of the actual store as well. That is going to be live. I don't know when I'm going to do that just yet, but I will keep you guys posted and let you know when I'm going to do an actual full store tour over there. And yeah, I will be shooting continue shooting. I will be making this video about all the upgrades we've been making in the warehouse since last I posted about it. We've upgraded our propagation room. We've completely remodeled our offices. I don't know if you can see this, but this behind me, I had to use a green screen because it was total trash. Just not trash. It looked awful behind me. It was wood paneling. It was two-tone. It was falling apart. It was bad. But we got paint, we got carpet, I got a whole new setup behind me, and I'm pretty happy about it and very excited to show it off. So yeah, we've been doing a lot over here. In addition to that, we've gotten 2 new service vans that have been doing fantastic. We've remodeled our everything. We've upgraded our receiving facilities so that we can hold more stuff. We've started bringing in larger orders so that we can keep everything stocked for you guys at good prices. So yeah, we've got a lot going on, a lot moving and shaking. And I'm pumped about it. I think that's about it. And hey, well, I've got Lucas here hanging out with us. If you missed it, we actually hung out at his fish room, helped him upgrade his fish room. There was a shipment. They had to bring a semi to the front of his house to unload all of these custom tanks that he had ordered. And we were there to, one, deliver another custom tank that he ordered and lift these others, very large tanks. Lucas, remind me, if you're still watching, how big are those large tanks that we put in there? There's that one on the bottom and the one on the top. I forget the size of them. But let me know if you're still with us. But that was super fun. We had some problems arise, but you can check that out all in the video. Also, we did another video. They're both over 300 gallons. Thanks, man. Yeah, they're hefty tanks, and we had to lift a 300+ gallon aquarium over our heads and get it onto a stand that was, when I'm standing anyway, like right here. So it was fun. It was crazy. We ran into a couple issues, but we got it all figured out. Check the video out. In addition to all that, we have another video with Lucas going through his fish room and checking out his backyard project. Say backyard project, it sounds small, but this is going to be super, super cool. And he's been talking about it a lot on his channel recently. So if you want to see more on Lucas's backyard pond build, it's going to be amazing. Go check it out, check his channel out, and check those videos out. Let's see here. People. Got to make sure that I pay attention to the comments now, because I think I've gone over everything. I had a list of things that I wanted to talk about. But let's see if I can answer anyone's questions. Yeah, Lucas, I'm going to hold you to that guest speaking. And Ryan, yeah, we can talk aquascaping for sure, man. Maybe I should just bring on a bunch of regular customers too, and just, I don't know, hang out with you guys, interview. I can do this through what the program I'm using, through StreamYard. We can do this. We can do this live. We can do it. We can even make it happen from the comfort of our own homes while I'm in my office. So, and I won't be home, but you can be. Anyway. Yeah, I would love to just talk to a bunch of different people about a bunch of different things. Yeah, no problem, Lucas. So since I don't have any actual aquarium hobby questions right now, which sometimes is the case when I've been attempting to do these, we are slowly gaining our following here, but it's been a journey. We've had a nice little uptick. Just we're keep on pumping out that content, and you guys seem to be enjoying it. So. Here we go. What is the best guppy endler food you guys offer? Ooh, that's a good question. So there's a couple that I really like. Cobalt puts out a really good one, and it's on their newer line. The ultra pellets, they make a guppy formula that are really nice. That is really nice. I love that. There's also, I personally use the Hikari a lot. Those the micro wafers and things of that nature. My fish go nuts over that. That's some of my favorite. If you want to do frozens, there's a lot of frozen like micro foods that you can feed. One of my favorite is Cyclops. That's fantastic. You can also find frozen Daphnia from time to time. I know we've had trouble getting that in. It's been a little hit and miss lately, but we've still been able to get that in here from time to time. So check in on that. But I love Cyclops because it's a really great natural color enhancer. So yeah, fantastic question. Really anything that you can get in there to pop up those colors would be fantastic. Sometimes it's a little large, but if you're trying to go for like blues and greens, try some spirulina shrimp. Spirulina brine. It's brine shrimp that's just been gut loaded with spirulina and then flash frozen, and it's basically sneaking veggies into your kids' food is the equivalent of that. But that's actually the spirulina is going to help out bring like blues and greens in your fish. Things like if you can chop it up, I guess, like krill or that Cyclops, those are going to bring out reds, oranges, and yellows. So you can kind of tailor that to fit, but really just a variety of foods is my preference. I will feed a bunch of different things. Sometimes I have more variety of fish food in my house than I have people food in my house. If that tells you anything about how I care for my fish. But just keep feeding them different stuff. Variety is key. If we keep eating the same thing over and over again, we're not going to be as healthy as we could be. So put a variety in their diet, and you're just going to get nice, colorful, strong, healthy fish in general. But yeah, those are my recommendations. Lucas asks, what are some of the weirdest fish you come across in freshwater that you don't see every day? Weirdest fish, man. recently these peppermint pikes. So they are they look like a folded up dead leaf, and they are out of some super acidic water. But they have just these weird noses, and they just their activity or just the way they just kind of sit. And I mean, they're an ambush predator, which are just grabbing little bugs out. Those have been kind of neat. Other weird freshwater fish, man. It's so tough to answer these questions because I've seen so many different fish, and sometimes what's now weird to me is, or weird to everyone else is not weird to me anymore. One of my favorite weird fish is the gulper cat that we'll be able to get in every now and then, and it's a fish that can literally eat another fish that is larger than it. Its stomach, its jaw will come out, its stomach expands, and it will just shove a huge fish the size of itself or even a few inches larger into its belly. And that is a strange fish. Another, the peppermints are a rare find. Ooh, maybe not like, I wouldn't call them strange, but I've really been digging these black pearl keelies that we just got in recently. We've got male and female pairs, and we're selling them that way. But those males are super cool, and if you're familiar with keelies, there's it's like more of a longer bodied keelie and a shorter bodied keelie. And I know, Lucas, you're plenty familiar, but to the general public, if you're familiar, that some keelies are a little longer, some keelies are a little almost like pugs of the keelie, where they're shorter and stouter. They're just real short and thick, and they just have this dark base and these white spots. It's pretty cool fish. I've been digging on that lately. Ryan asks, I'm trying to decide. You know what? I've been doing this all wrong. Boom, Ryan asks, I love this program. I'm trying to decide how to stock my 4.5 gallon nano tank, considering celestial pearl danios, chili rasbora, maybe crystal blacks only. Ooh. Any other nano fish I should put on my radar? Oh man, there are so many. Since I was talking about keelies, I really like the clown keelies. We've been able to find those every now and then. Any of those micro rasboras are awesome, really. But I mean, just based off your other selections here, I would maybe look into, okay, so not if we're doing not if we're going with shrimp here, and you may have looked into this, but keeping shrimp in with other fish is interesting territory depending on what your end goal is. If you're trying to create a true breeding colony of shrimp, it's gonna be busting out for you. Just do shrimp only in there. But if you've got an established colony and you don't really care about fish picking off some babies here and there, yeah, there's a bunch of nano fish that would work for you. But just in general, if you're trying to do a breeding colony like that, I typically don't add fish in there. The sparkling gourami, that's what I was going to recommend to you. In addition to those, I really love your considerations here, your choices, the celestial pearls, the chilies. I love the chilies. I recommend those out of what you've listed. But also check out some sparkling gouramis. They're not that pop of color that the chilies are, but they are really interesting as far as their personality goes. And when they are really happy, and if you have a male and a female, that male will just flash some amazing coloration that you just have to see in person. Most pictures that I've seen on Google don't give it justice. Anywhere online, it just doesn't. You got to see it in person. It's super cool. 4.5. It's a little. It's also maybe considering the dimensions. Is it taller or longer? Would be a good question. Anyway, that would be cool. It would be the sparklings out of what you have, the chilies. I think those would be a good pick. But you're on the right track. I think even the celestial pearls are a classic, and I love those as well. Maybe even look into they're not, I wouldn't consider them nano and be smaller, so maybe not. See, this is where I get into trouble with stocking ideas. It's because I just go on these tangents. Ooh, this would be cool. Maybe that would work. But wait, I was about to mention Ember Tetras. They stay nice and small, but I don't know if they stay small enough for a 4.5. I'd have to look into them again. But yeah, those would be neat as well. Ooh, it's a longer tank. Standard. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean, you can have some more if it's more landscape orientation rather than portrait orientation on your footprint on your tank. Then yeah, you could probably do some more schoolers, some quicker fish like those embers, like the clown keelies that I was talking about. But yeah. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Oh, I'm not doing updates at the warehouse anymore. All right. Nice. Yeah, there's a bunch of videos out there that have some really good recommendations on food types and why, and they'll expand on like actual like the actual ingredients of the foods and all that. So yeah, there's a lot of solid information out there. I haven't actually done a food review yet. I should. I've got the review for the Seachem titles and a couple other things out there. The Seachem title is definitely our most popular review out there right now. But yeah, I should actually just start reviewing some foods too. I also want to start reviewing the pythons, or review the Python systems and all their accessories as well. I feel like when I'm looking at watching some of these videos, that they're missing out on the accessories, and I want to toss those in. So that will be pretty sweet. Lucas asks, LRB asks, do you have a favorite tank size? Yeah. I personally love a 65 gallon. It's only 10 gallons less than the 75, and you can stick it in a lot more places than you can a 75. If usually, like when people ask me what is the best fish tank, if it's my first fish tank, and I'll say go as big as you can right off the bat, but I recommend usually a 75 gallon. Just to start the hobby. Oh, great. I've got people doing things and I don't have any moderators. That's fine. We're going to kick that. Sorry about the comments interruptions there. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Yeah, do I have a favorite fish tank size? So yeah, I'll tell people a 75 gallon, but it's a lot of times that's a little long or a little bulky for people. You can actually just take 10 gallons and 1 foot off of that and get a 65 gallon, and it's a great footprint for both salt and fresh. You got some nice heights there. You know, arguably that's a little more difficult to light. But outside of that, that's always been my standard favorite. But the past few years, I really like the 12 gallon bookshelf tank. It is a 3 or 4 foot. Anyway, it's like a 3-4 foot or a 4 foot tank, and it is completely rimless. It's 12 gallons, and it is such a fun tank to scape. It's super easy because there's not a lot of space, but there is. It's only 12 gallons, but since it's so long, there is so much room to scape this thing, and also it's got that rimless feel, so you can kind of come up out of the top of it with and you know, suspend your lighting and make some really cool stuff with it. I've really been digging that tank size as well. But yeah, in general, I have always been a fan of that 65 gallon. I have seen lots and lots of fish. Yeah. Let's see here. We've been on for about 30 minutes. That's typically been the length of the amount of questions that I get and end up with the time for. I am happy to go much longer. I'll hang out here for hours with you guys if you want me to. But I have said what I need to say. I will blabber on here for a couple seconds to see if I get any more comments rolling through and any more questions I can answer. That is why I'm here originally. I'm here to answer your questions. And you know what's exciting? There's a couple people have offered to pop on here with me and take their expertise into the conversation. So that would be super fun as well. And yeah, that's okay. Let's see. Let's go here. Full disclosure: the whole reason I'm using this program is so that I can do a complete interview series, and I want to start talking to people who are a little more behind the scenes in the industry of aquarium keeping, and get their perspective on things, and just get, I want to talk about things that people um, maybe don't think are involved in this hobby at all. I have someone lined up. I don't want to announce them yet, but that will be who is going to talk about the laws that affect the hobby, and I am super excited about that, because you don't think about that often. Like, yeah, there's a ton of laws that affect our hobby and a bunch of other hobbies, especially for like aquarium keepers, reptile keepers, just exotic pets in general. There is a lot of things that, and a lot of them should be there. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I just want to talk about them because you don't think about it. But yeah, that would be super cool. But yeah, I've got no more questions rolling in here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for this live stream. We will be back on Thursday on Facebook. On Facebook, we were going to be doing our Thursday lives now, instead of going live on Fridays, because the orders started coming in earlier. We were doing them on Fridays because our last order came in on Friday, and we wanted to show you guys everything. So we can start doing that earlier. That way I can do live Thursdays and get you the master lists on Fridays, and make everyone's life a lot easier and simpler to understand. Speaking of the master list, the way I'm going to do that is going to change up a little bit as well. But you can find out a little more about that on our Facebook page. So again, thanks for hanging out, guys. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification, to let you know every time we go live and post new content. And yeah, we will see you later, guys. Thanks. Bye.